And it says that we are live, and it's Thursday night, and of course this is the live show. We actually have a fairly short kind of schedule to cover here tonight. We were long last week. We ran long, but we had 2 weeks of items to cover, so I was okay running long. Tonight I'm kind of tired. It's been a busy week. I'll talk about that in a couple of minutes. So we're going to try and get through it kind of as quickly as we can tonight. We'll do the trivia first and throw that out. But before we get to that, as always, I am your host, your humble host, Dennis Moulton, aka Gotbot. I appreciate all of you for coming by and dropping in. Of course, like, comment, share, subscribe, and while you're at it, you'd figure I'd have that mastered by now, wouldn't you? Hit the notification bell because it lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Everything from stop motions to countdowns to discussions to reveals to reviews and everything else. Check out Machinery of Man, the Everything Factor, Transformers, Collectors, NL, and the Autobot family. And of course, have a look for me everywhere across social media. Your Instagrams and your Facebooks and your Twitters and all of that stuff. Links are in the description down below. We'll do the trivia now. And while you guys are coming up with the answer, and I see a couple of people coming in there, I'll get everything sort of set up here. The question tonight, of course, provided to us by a good friend of the channel, Dragonfly, as it always is. And he gets these from like a number of sources, including out of his own mind. A guy who pays attention to detail. Here's the question. In the episode, Attack of the Autobots, all of the Autobots, except for 2, were turned evil. Who were the 2 that did not get turned? Was the duo that stayed good Blue Streak and Hound? That's A. Or was it Bumblebee and Jazz? That's B. Was it Sideswipe and Ratchet? That's C. Or was it Smokescreen and Huffer? That would be D. So in Attack of the Autobots, everybody was kind of turned bad except for 2. What 2 remained good? What 2 are the ones that kind of solved everything? Was it the duo of Blue Streak and Hound? That's A. Was it Bumblebee and Jazz? That's B. Was it Sideswipe and Ratchet? That's C. Or was it Smokescreen and Huffer? That's D. So while you guys are kind of pondering that for a few moments, I'm just going to get things taken care of here and get us set up just a bit. Just get set up here a little bit. Bear with me ever so much. Go up here and we'll do that. And we'll do this. Okay. Steve, welcome. I don't remember the last time that you made it in here. It's good to see you here. And yes, I think you were the first one in tonight. Event progenitor, no. Yes, I don't know why you're saying no. I probably asked the question and I don't remember what it was now because I'm an old man. What do you want? Thor's, hey, happy to see you, my friend. Blizzard, happy you're here. Dragonfly, of course, happy you're here. Dragonfly, don't answer your own question, buddy. Starscream Wife was first. She hasn't even said anything. I don't think she's in here. I don't think Starscream Wife is in here. I think she's doing her own thing.
I'm not.
You're not in here?
No, but I still think the answer is C.
You still think the answer is C? Do you even know what C was?
Nope.
Okay, so she's saying C, even though she doesn't know what C is. KO. Maximal Ten. We're going to talk a little bit about that. Input. Hey, happy you're here, my friend. Let's see. Road to 3K subs. Fortnuts XD. Yeah. Pretty much. Sooner the better as far as I'm concerned. Boots Guardian, always happy when you drop by. You really need a way to relax. Well, buddy, hopefully I can give you a way to relax tonight. Hopefully. I mean, I try to have a good time here on the show. Even when things get heated, I hope it's still a good time for you guys. Boss Gunny. Ah, gotcha. Thor's, that's too bad for you. Let's see. Blizzard. Ooh, Blizzard, the Husky and Throw Puppet. Wow. Is it B? Good guess. And Blizzard is correct. It is B. It is Bumblebee and Jazz this time around. It was B indeed. It was Bumblebee and Jazz. Always Bumblebee. Always a good guy, hey? Just going to set up a few things in here. Let's see. Maximal 10 said that he thought it was C, but his memory is like transmutates. So's mine, buddy. Just like transmutate. I'm lucky I can say more than 5 words. I don't know, mine might be that bad. Boots Guy in the is really stressing me. I can't comment to some people that actually liked hearing from me. I don't know why you wouldn't be able to comment on anyone. I don't understand why that is. That's weird. I don't know. Starscream wife is wrong. She probably doesn't care.
Oh no, I'm mad about it. I'm always freaking wrong.
Oh, she is mad about her. She's always freaking wrong. So there you go. Let's see. I'm waiting for a KO Masterpiece Road Rage to come in. Didn't even know that there was one that existed, but it makes sense. I mean, we have now a KO Masterpiece Beast Wars Megatron that I think is like $150, like all in shipping and everything. I think it's like $150 Canadian, if I'm not mistaken. Event Progenitor might be able to tell me if I'm right about that or not. And apparently it has some fixes done. So, you know, who knows, man? Who knows? Ty, happy you're here, my friend. Everybody keeps talking about this Kappa thing. Guys, stop it. It's not for our community. It's not. What we do is adult oriented. Plus, I'm not American. Stop it. Was the question who survived Moonbase 1? No, the question was Event Progenitor. The question was in Attack of the Autobots, who was it that did not get turned evil? What duo? And the duo was Bumblebee and Jazz. Bear with me here a few minutes, guys. Just bear with me a few minutes. And I'm sorry about this. Let's see. Going down here. Need to go to the DVD. Yeah, absolutely. Which 2 Autobots? Yeah, attack, blah, blah, blah. Going down. Have you heard the rumors, guys, about Earthrise, Alicons? I'm so down. We're going to get to that in just a little bit, Dragonfly. Don't jump the gun, buddy. Don't jump the gun. We're going to get there. There's KOs of KOs nowadays. It's KO Inception. I think that you're right, Maximal 10, and I think that it's important to realize that that's happening and why it's happening and kind of what it means going forward. Alex, I'm doing good, my friend. How are you? And let's see. Just got Studio Series 13, Revenge of the... I love Studio Series 13 and 31 for that matter. Now, granted, I used it to make a custom Violent Jogger. There you go. I knew if I moved my hands around like a moron long enough that it would come to me. See, that's that memory thing, Maximal 10, that you were talking about, buddy. But yeah, I love that mold. I also think that the use of it for Shockwave is great. It's not worth the price, but it's I think it's a great use of it. Though I've heard that Shockwave, I don't have it in hand. I'm not planning on picking it up because the last Shockwave I'm ever picking up is the Siege one. You know, it was the cost. It was double the cost of what it should be. So as far as I'm concerned, that's the last one to get. And I like the Studio Series Shockwave. However, he's not a leader. I don't care if it comes with the little brains and the little wheelie and that other little like parachute man or whatever. But it's not a leader. That's ridiculous to say. And apparently he has a lot of soft rubbery plastic, like a lot of it. That's what I've heard. I don't know if it's true. Somebody can certainly fill me in on that if it's true or not. I don't know. Montoy all the way. I don't know if Montoy is like a Canadian thing or if you guys in the US have it, but here at Dollarama, I guess that would be like your family dollar store, Dollar Tree, or whatever it is you have in the US. Montoy they put out Sad Nexus Prime that I showed last week. Now they have put out good things. A long time ago, I looked at some KO Beast Wars, really Beast Wars 2, Beast Wars Neo offerings, and they were by Montoy. And as a matter of fact, even in Universal Collision, my version of Airazor is the Montoy version, at least for now. And it's basically a deluxe size version. Now, don't get me wrong, it's functional, it's fine, and it only costs like $3, but the plastic is not great quality. So they're a little hit or miss. Alex, if you have a lot of Siege offerings, then that's good for you. I'm happy. Listen, man, everything takes time to get together. If you don't have them all yet, everything takes time to get together. Eddie, hey, I appreciate that. Guys, Eddie Hill's reviews. If you haven't checked out Eddie Hill's reviews, check them out. Let's see. Have 7, 10, 13, 17, and 33 of the Studio Series. It's an interesting mix. I don't remember who all the numbers are now. Who was 7? I don't remember the numbers. Tell me who they are, Blizzard. It is true, but the paint is astounding. That is absolutely true. The paint is astounding. Hey, Crimson. Welcome, my friend. Grimlock is 7. Yeah. And I thought that was one of the leaders, but I wasn't sure if 7 was Grimlock or if it was Blackout. Oh, okay. So just a few things. Very first thing, I want to throw out a happy birthday to Jemdy Howe. I was informed that it was his birthday. He doesn't know that I know it was his birthday, but if he sees this, hopefully he will. Happy birthday to you, my friend. I hope that you have a fantastic one. News and notes. I'm going to run through that pretty quickly here, just to get it out of the way, and then we have a topic to cover. But a lot of this is going to kind of be me checking in with you guys in your comments tonight. The kind of news and notes, Canadian prices. I talked about that last week in relation to the Studio Series and said that we have another $5 increase for both Leaders and Voyagers, not Deluxes on Studio Series. However, rumors have now surfaced that here in Canada, the prices will be going up, making a Deluxe $34.99 plus tax, making a Leader $44.99 plus tax, and making a Deluxe $34.99 plus tax, making a Voyager $44.99 plus tax, and making a Leader $74.99 plus tax. I've seen it, and I find it ridiculous. We just talked about Studio Series Grimlock. Here, he initially sold, but he was one of those, because he was the first wave, he was overbought, just like Blackout was overbought. Stores always do that with Wave 1. And he's still readily on shelves here. And now that exact same shelf-warming character that was $69.99 like 2 weeks ago is now all of a sudden got up another $5. Exact same. Nothing's changed. It's not a change of wave. It's just a new tag. Now, if it didn't sell at $69.99, what makes people think it's going to sell for $5 more? It's not. Same with the Voyagers. I just saw a restock with Voyager Rampage and SS-38 Optimus Prime. They're awesome. They're great. However, now, a month ago, they would have been $39.99. Now they're $44.99. And guess what? They're still on the shelf because people aren't buying it. Now, as I say that, and I've talked about the pricing thing, a number of times, Cybertron.ca, kind of a sister site to TFW 2005, actually has a thread that talks about Canadian prices. And a lot of people have said, that's it, they're done. They're tapping out. They're not paying that. There's a thread of people talking about how they're out. Or they say if they do buy anything, it's all going to come down now to when it's on sale. That's the only time they're buying it, is when it's on sale. I think that's unfortunate. Now, here's the funny part, because it was also brought to my attention that apparently in Ireland, the prices dropped. Now, the distribution over there, from my understanding, is garbage, garborage, and trash, and they're famous for missing whole waves. But apparently the prices did go down. Now, why would that make such a difference? I don't understand. So that's the rumor. It has not been confirmed as of yet. Everywhere still has Earthrise at the same cost that Siege was. So maybe nothing will come of it. But anybody who works for, I don't even know if there's such a thing as like Hasbro Canada, they should probably pay attention, because they're shooting themselves in the foot. People aren't, like, I enjoy, and I'm going to use this guy in a little bit, but I'm going to just show him now. I enjoy this. This is the Cyberverse Warrior Class Na. And a lot of people know this. A lot of people know these Cyberverse offerings. They know that, like, it's kind of thin plastic. They're not fabulous. These just went up $2. This is now a $21.99 offering here. I didn't buy it when it was $19. I bought it on sale for like $13. And that's all it's worth. It's not worth $22. It's not. It's just not. I don't know. Somebody is making bad choices, needs to be fired from their job, because they're destroying their company. Absolutely destroying their company. Also in the news, Shockwave Labs showed off 2 new items. One being SL66, which is a MicroMaster upgrade. And again, I'm going to use this guy in a little bit, but like the upgrade that's SL60, and I like Shockwave Labs. I have a couple of their upgrades, mostly for Soundwave, Siege Soundwave, and for Die Atlas. But the new upgrade is like a little hole filler for the screw in the tummy. They're magnetic, and it shows you, like, put the thing on like a piece of like packing tape, and then put the packing tape in and take it off. And like, there's a picture where it shows like using tweezers or like a little crafting knife to fit it in there, and a big X on it. Like, don't use that, because they're metal, and this thing's metallic. It'll only stick to your tweezers or your crafting knife. Use a piece of tape. I don't know. Like, I like Shockwave Labs, but this is kind of bottom of the barrel. Do you really need that filled in that bad? Now you get apparently you get 10 short tummy fillers and 5 long ones. I don't know. That seems like a ridiculous add-on to me. To each their own, I guess. However, their other one I think is very good. And Shockwave Labs 67 are longer, bigger blast effects to go with your Siege offerings. They come in purple and orange. I've seen them used, for example, with Shockwave. I think a lot of people have seen it now. They're 3mm compatible. They're fairly long, and right at the base, there's like a shooting blast part, and then there's the long piece that's supposed to be the laser, I guess. And I think that one's great. I'm tempted to pick up some of those, and obviously that's falling on the heels of the popularity of the Siege blast effects. I think that's the same reason we're seeing blast effects come with the new Cyberverse Deluxes. And I think that Shockwave Labs is hearing what people have said in terms of, hey, we'd like to have some more blast effects. I think they're saying, here you go, man. So I think that's great from them. We also saw this week Studio Series Off-Road Bumblebee. Don't care. I'm beat out. Don't care. It's B with that Jeep mode that he had for 2 or 3 minutes in the Bumblebee movie. It's a fine Jeep. I'm sure it's a fine B. If you like the Bs that have come out in Studio Series, I don't. I didn't like the Camaro. I didn't like the Volkswagen Bug version. I didn't enjoy them. I find them. Here's the thing. I think that they're engineered brilliantly and whatnot, but they've downsized them to such a degree that it's too much engineering for the size that it is. Kind of like happened with Universe Galvatron. Originally, that was supposed to be a Voyager, and I think the engineering would have worked great at a Voyager size. But when they downsized it to a deluxe, it became arguably the absolute worst Transformer that was ever released. It's such hot garbage. The Bee's the same thing. Either you should have simplified the engineering for the smaller size, or you should have made it a little bit, even like an inch and a half bigger, would have made sense as far as I'm concerned. But I'm not a designer, you know? What do I know, right? It's not for me. If you're in for Studio Series, get it, because, you know, you need that. You need the numbers, right? And it's not, don't get me wrong, I don't think it's poorly done. I'm sure it's done well. It looks like it's done great. It looks like it's painted to the nines. It looks fantastic. It's just, I know it's not for me because I'm beat out. If you're a huge Bee fan, get it, because I think you'll be happy. Let's see. We also had from January 6th to the 9th, Hong Kong Toys and Games Fair 2020. And we got nothing out of it. Who cares? Except for one thing. Yolo Park showed off their fully licensed, non-transforming, huge Optimus Prime with the endoskeleton, and that's how all the joints and stuff move. It's very detailed. There have been pictures and whatnot circulating. I think there's even some video circulating of like how the knee and maybe the elbow moves. The thing is 60 centimeters. 60 centimeters. I mean, that's pretty big. One moment. I'm just trying to see something here now. Well, a couple of things here now, actually. Just so we're clear, that 60 centimeters is about 24 inches. So it's about the size of Fortress Maximus or Metroplex or one of the Titans, one of the bigger Titans. That's an enormous Bumblebee version of Optimus Prime, but I'm sure it's glorious. I don't know if you're in for a huge Optimus Prime, go for it, I guess. I suppose. I don't know. Whatever floats your boat, man. Whatever floats your boat. I'm just going to check in with you guys before we go on because I know you've been talking there. I just got to go back up a little bit. I'm trying to complete Orthea. Good luck, Alex. Remember now that to complete Orthea, 2 of the limbs are online exclusives. Greenlight was an Amazon exclusive, and Lancer, I think she's an online exclusive, if I'm not mistaken. So you might have to order a couple from on there. Jazz is 10. Jazz is wonderful. I didn't know his number was 10, but Jazz is wonderful, Blizzard. I love Jazz. I gave him a glowing review. I think he is fantastic. All I need is Lancer, then I'm done. There you go. I would say, Alex, you're probably going to have to order Lancer. That would be my feeling. I could be wrong, but that would be my feeling. Doors, I didn't know you left. Yeah, they are steep prices, Dragonfly. That's right. And that's why people are saying they're not doing it. They're not doing it because I've even looked at it on the shelf. And like, I was tempted to pick up Rampage, but like, why? Why am I paying $50 for it when there's a KO? That's right. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. You guys are getting screwed, but they got you because shipping was what? You guys are getting screwed, but they got you because shipping was a joke. What do you mean shipping was a joke? Shipping is no joke here. Shipping is expensive here, buddy. Very expensive. And they don't have us. We're just not buying their product. And you know what? Eventually, stores will stop buying their product. That's the thing. If they want to be viable in the marketplace, then they're going to have to be competitive in the marketplace, and they're not. Still got Omega, Red Wing, and Reflector 3-pack. Then I'll have all the Siege. Yeah, no Red Wing here. That's too bad. Yeah, he never got released. I thought that Toys R Us might pick up Red Wing because they picked up the other Target exclusives, but they didn't. Such is life. What can you do? I guess they like losing sales, I suppose. I'm American. I haven't seen the Earthrise. You're not going to. Why do people think they're going to see Earthrise yet? It's been said that it doesn't come out till the end of March. Those who have them already, because some people say, yeah, but some people have them. That's from Asia. That's people stealing them from the factories, or they know someone who has stolen them from the factory to give it to them. Like, it's not out. It's factory. It's either factory theft or factory borrowing. But that's what it is. And what's the proof? They don't have instructions. They don't have a package. They have nothing but the thing that was snagged off of the assembly line. Anybody who thinks different, don't fool yourself. They come at the end of March. Be patient. He's a Sharktacon? Who's a Sharktacon? This guy? Yeah, he is a Sharktacon, but he's not worth $22. That's crazy. Got that? Nah. $8 at Walmart. There you go. That's right. $8. I paid $13, and your $8 should translate to about $13. That makes sense to me, but not $22. That's nuts. Tummy fillers. I don't know what else to call them, Crimson. Gut busters. I don't know. I like the old Dark of the Moon sound. Me and Ty talked about this. I like the old Dark of the Moon sound wave. He blends better with the G1 figures. Blitzwing will be my last studio series. You and I talked about that. I still think, Ty, that you made the smart idea of getting the Dark of the Moon sound wave. Don't get me wrong. The studio series is great, but he's significantly smaller. Let's see. I didn't expect to see Earthrise until March. That's right, because that's when it's being released. Got to get the B to complete the B set. See? There you go. Got to get the B. I can't argue it if you're into the Bs. Jet Shatter I want. I'm not in for that Blitzwing. It's not for me. But if you're into the movie line, then yes, you need Blitzwing. There's no doubt. Those magnetic plugs must have been made to quiet down the one guy harping the figures needed them. Probably Maximal 10. Yeah, I agree. The yellow GP could be repurposed into a swindle, but I don't know. I wouldn't want a swindle if it couldn't combine, personally speaking. Let's see. What else do we have here? Still need Ironhide, Spinister, and Crosshairs. That's a lot. Spinister is glorious. Ironhide also glorious. So is Crosshairs. All three are glorious. Get them. Absolutely get them. Do not hesitate when you have the opportunity. Or as roll bar. Interesting. Yeah. I might be in for it as a roll bar. 2 feet tall. Yeah. 2 feet tall. Yeah. I know I'm a bit behind here, guys. Hey, Dinosaur Planet. Happy you're here. Listening while doing math. Oh, yeah. And that's my attitude toward math. Triple R, always happy when you come by. Only need green light. Good luck getting green light. I'm not sure how abundant green light is now. Still need Ape Face. Ape Face is worth having because it's better than the Little Titan, but it's not a great offering overall. But don't get me wrong. It's definitely worth getting. It's just maybe if you can get Ape Face on sale. Omega is fantastic. Jetfire is amazing. The Decepticon Squadron, I think you mean the one with the Skywarp in it. Also great. At least the Skywarp is. The fan vote. Yeah, the fan vote is nice, no doubt. And the 35th anniversary, I'm going to look at 2 of those. I've already looked at one because I repurposed his logos. I'm going to look at 2 of those coming up probably this week, hopefully, depending on how things go, because we're in the depths of winter now, and production has been a little bit slower because right now, as it stands, here we have just topped since Christmas. Now, you guys know that tonight is the 9th of January, so since basically Christmas Eve, I think it was the day before, so since the 23rd of December to now, we've had 100 centimeters of snow. Just to put that in perspective for you, that's 40 inches of snow that we've had since Christmas Eve. Most of my time is spent out shoveling snow. It is what it is. That's a lot in a short amount of time. A lot, man, in a short amount of time. So when people complain and they're like, we got 3 inches of snow. Oh, no, we need to shut everything down. We kind of laugh at that. 3 inches of snow. Come on. Get real. Get serious. Okay? Come to me when you got 30. come talk to me. We get a lot. It's rough, man. It's rough. But I'm trying to stay productive for you guys. But if things slow down a little bit, know that it's because I'm out shoveling snow. Maybe I should show you guys. Like maybe I should do a video like review snow. Review snow and let you see. Let's see what we got and just how terrible it is to shovel it. Though I'm sure a lot of you already know. Let's see. I'm trying to jettison the Bayverse figures, but I liked Bumblebee movies. Prime Card Dropkick brought me in with Prime's design and the Decepticon personnel. I like Card Dropkick. I'm a big fan of that, actually. Boss Gunny, I got you. You can't get it cheaper anywhere because of shipping. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. And that's why they charge it. But see, what you do is you go with the KO route. More and more and more. Or you just don't buy it. You just say, man, I got a good collection. I'm happy with it. Or you become extremely more. Like, here's the thing. I bought almost all of Cyberverse. Not Cyberverse. RID. And I wasn't going to. But I bought almost all of it. I bought almost all of early Studio Series. And I really used to buy everything Generations. I'm pretty much out of Cyberverse. I just pick up an odd one here or there. I'm out on Studio Series. I'm done. If somebody is in on it and they let me take a look at something, great, but I'm not doing it. And if it's true about what's going to happen with the prices for Earthrise, there'll be very few Earthrise because I'm not supporting that. Everybody says, speak with your wallet. That's what I'm going to do. Let's see. Yeah, that's right. They were jacked at the assembly line. That's right. Exactly. I don't understand why people think that people got stuff early. It's called theft. They work on an assembly line. They might be paid minimum wage. Probably not even that in their country. They don't care. They're probably making more off of doing a review. Like, they don't care. They work on an assembly. Why do you think QC is garbage? Because they don't care. It's not like they take pride in what they do. They're, putting a pin into a piece of plastic for 8 hours, 10 hours a day. They don't care. Get real. Lennox, happy to see ya. Gutbusters, see? Devlin, happy you're here. Oh, picked up Spinster for $11. That is a steal of a deal. You must be very, very happy. Need Ape-Face, Spinster, and Astro Train. Get it. It's Spinster first. Ape-Face second. Astro Train if he's on sale. Otherwise, it's great. It's not worth it. MWG, happy you're here. Maximal 10. Toys R Us couldn't get into the Red Wing wave for some reason. Really? I think they tried, but the fact Chromars are still stuffing the shelves. Maybe they thought bullet dodged. Yeah, but I think they overbought on the Chromars as well. Maximal 10. Too bad, though. Like, I was happy to get mine. Let's see. I need Siege Astro Train 2. Sam, happy you're here. Northern Indiana has no snow yet. You're lucky. I envy you. Let's see. You think it's rough there shoveling snow? Try dealing with temperatures near 70 like we are. Tonight, we have it going to minus 23 degrees Celsius. So it's not like it's warm. I don't know what the conversion is to Fahrenheit. Somebody do the conversion from minus 23 to Fahrenheit and tell me what it is. Let's see. I may plan to get into the Earthrise if they are released. They are going to be, well, I mean, you can pre-order them, Alex, on Amazon, right? You can pre-order them on Amazon. I actually picked up the new Cyberverse Deluxe Shockwave. Now, I'll say this. Cyberverse Deluxes, though I haven't picked them up, even though guys, if somebody gets a McAdam and wants to, like, sell it to me or something, that'd be great. I'd love to have McAdam. But I don't think the line is for me, but I'll say this. I think the Optimus, I think the Bee, I think the Shockwave, and the Megatron are all very clever. I think they are what Cyberverse always should have been. They're fantastic. If you're in for Cyberverse or you've been on the fence, don't be. They're all fantastic. But the Megatron is known for having pretty loosey-goosey hips. Hopefully that's not on all of them, but just a word of warning. But I think they are very, very good. TF Fan Geek, happy to see you here. Interesting. Maximal 10 just said that he was talking about an item with me last night. Hopefully something I'll actually be able to bring to you guys here on the channel. And might be here by the end of the month. That'd be great if it was here by the end of the month, actually. That would be fantastic. Let's see. Yeah, pre-orders. Hey, GTA. Night's going pretty good, buddy. About -10 Fahrenheit. So, okay, so there you go. About -10 Fahrenheit. Don't like it. Wait till tomorrow. Wind is the only thing that's constant. Pretty much same here. Although we could get all 4 seasons in one day here. It's really weird. Hey, Don. Okay, let's see what Dinosaur Planet has here since he's doing math. 30 Fahrenheit. So -20 Celsius would be 10 Fahrenheit. So there you go. Pretty cold. I wish Macadam transformed. I don't even care that Macadam don't transform. I'm just going to tell you guys up front, I want Macadam because I want him to stand in as my Alchemist Prime. There you go. Simple as that. The snow I shoveled off my parents' roof reaches the roof. Yeah, Dragonfly got a lot of snow where he is, a ton. So I feel for you, buddy. Okay, so just to finish off the news here. I'm considering possibly getting that Nezha Transformers offering. I don't know yet. I may. I'm not really sure exactly how it would fit in. So I'm on the fence, but we'll see. I don't know. Would you guys like to see that? I know it's like a Chinese thing, but I think I can get my hands on it if I want it. They showed quick transformation videos this week. I couldn't make head nor tail of it. I could not follow what they were doing. All I know is that Grapple seemed to be very simple and seemed to very much follow like his G1 routine, and the Starscream seemed very unimpressive to me. Just saying. Again, I think that mold will be great for Coneheads, but I don't think I'm in for it for Starscream. Wizkids showed off more of their paintable miniature statue things. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, they done a well, actually, they have a Wave 1 coming out. That's Optimus, Megatron, Starscream, and Bumblebee. And Wave 2 has been announced, and that's going to be Arcee. Interesting one to throw in the mix. Soundwave, a 2-pack of Laserbeak and Rumble, and the other one is Ironhide. Now, you have to paint these yourself, but the packaging tells you what color paints you need. I don't think the paints are included or anything, but it tells you what you need. If you're in for it, go for it. What else do we have here? Oh, also just announced, just released, I think it's on Amazon now, as a matter of fact, the Game Master. It is Flint Dill. I'm not sure if it's Dill or Dial. I've always said Dill. Flint Dill's book about his contribution basically to 1980s geek pop culture. And I think we in here all know that he is a huge part of our childhood. He was very much a big time story editor on the original Transformers cartoon. He worked on numerous series, including like G.I. Joe, for example, which us old timers will certainly remember from our childhood. He helped shape a generation of fans. There's no doubt about it. So it's probably a very good read. I think it clocks in at about 312 pages. And then that brings us to the last bit of news, the Earthrise rumors that came out this week. And I think more than rumors, I think it's more spoilers. Very first, Deluxe Alicons. I am down for it, man. Now, right now, currently, my Sharktacon Quintesson sort of display consists of, like, I'll say like these offerings. My Quintessons, I have 3 of these little judges. They're about legend size. They are fantastic, by the way. I, of course, have the Titans Return which I have 3 of. Some people have 500 of these. I think that was pure greed and unnecessary. I did get a trio. And I have 3 of the Cyberverse ones, which are bigger. I don't know if I'd really call them deluxe, but they're certainly bigger. So altogether, I have 6 Sharkticons. I have 3 Quintessons. I think I might be in for a couple of the Voyager Quintessons, potentially. I'm not in for the Cyberverse Quintesson. I don't really like that. But I think I might be in for the Voyager, and I'm okay with the Quintessons being different sizes. Though they weren't in the cartoon, they were in the Marvel comics, so I can kind of be okay with it. Maybe just one of the Quintessons and have him be like the Quintesson King or whatever. I like Alicons. I'd love to know how they will scale with these Sharkticons if we will get other deluxe Sharkticons. But I feel like Alicons have been overlooked. Now, since we know there's a Quintesson coming, we know there's Alicons coming, makes me wonder if we will get like prosecutors or if we will get like scientists. I'd be down for some of those just to add to my kind of Quintesson army, I suppose you could say. So I'm down for Alicons. I think they're a great army builder. But I don't, for the price point, I don't think many people are going to army build them. And again, I don't think they're going to be hard to find, but I'd like to have a trio of them. Alicons, down for. Deluxe RC, very interesting one that I did not expect them to, that I did not expect them to say. Here's the thing. I didn't get the Titans Return one. I think it was Titans Return. Even though it was a reuse of the blur mold, which I really like. And I like the coloring. I think it worked out well for anybody who wanted their RC to be a headmaster. For me, I have the Generations one, or you could have the Legends one if you're so inclined. Unless the Earthrise one is significantly better than this, I don't see replacing it because I feel like that this is nigh on perfect for RC. Now, are there things that could be improved on it? Yeah. On mine, the only real issue is, well, not even issue. The only real thing is I wish the hips went out further. Now, I know you can, as I showed in the review many, many moons ago, I know you can, get more movement if you kind of manipulate the hip joint. I'd like to see what a new one brings to the table, but I didn't get the Titans Return one because I still thought this was more accurate and better. It never came out around here. I hunted her down after the fact. Luckily, I got her for regular retail cost, which made me very happy because I didn't expect it when I hunted her down. Then we have Airwave. I said a while ago when Ironworks was announced that I'm getting Ironworks to go with this little lad, Iron Tread. This is Ironworks. And the big base will be his base, and I'll probably have it work in my head canon and for Universal Collision that he can transfer his consciousness between the Micromaster and the big base. And now we know that Airwave is doing the same thing, which I'm very, it keeps falling, which I'm very, very happy about because I have Airwave, or Over Air, if you will. I assume that Airwave will turn into the airport, I guess, I assume. And yeah, same thing to go with this. We have 2 more of those bases to go. I'd be in for all of them. I looked at the G1 versions not that long ago, thanks to Maximal 10, and I said then that they are fantastic. Either release these or revisit these, and they're revisiting them. I'm in. I'm absolutely in for that. And then Deluxe Smokescreen, I find that very interesting. I don't know if it's another reissue of the Siege Smokescreen, because we do have that happening with Smashdown, and we do have that happening with Astro Train, or if it's going to be some version of Smokescreen from one of the other fictions, like from the Unicron trilogy or something, or Transformers Prime, or if it's actually going to be an Earth mode to replace this guy. Now, I still prefer this over the Siege, personally. Not that there's anything wrong with the Siege, though I do feel like the Siege has more blue on the front hood than it should, which is part of the reason why I stuck with this guy. I felt like the Siege had more blue. It needed a little more red. Now, this guy has been customized. I did a whole discussion where I deliberately let paint thinner eat at the ball joints back here to see if I could rebuild them with Bondic, and I absolutely could. He is fine. His wings are, You know, they're fine. They're fairly tight. I didn't see a need to replace them because I like that, but now that's totally subjective. So my assessment of the announcements for Earthrise from those four, very promising, very interesting. We'll see how it pans out in the end, but I kind of like at least two of those. I'll see about the other two. Just going back and checking with you guys because that's it for news, and that only leaves us with one last topic for tonight. But I just want to check in with what you guys were saying here. Let's see. What do I think about Siege Micromasters? Love them. I think I got all of them, if I'm not mistaken. I love them. There you go. My very favorite is this mold because it has elbows. That's what I think about that. Done. Going down, Maximal Ten. When you buy from China, look for ones that have speed pack. It works. Okay. I don't know. I've never had any problems with any of my stuff coming from China, to be honest with you. I just emailed you. Allison says he's getting Siege Ratchet from Larkin's Lair. Nice. Honestly, Siege Ratchet is pretty fantastic, actually. Okay. I love Siege Ratchet. Again, might be the last Ratchet that I get. Let's see. Event Progenitor. Sorry, I had to step away. Did you mention Lemon Tree Shock? Oh, I didn't mention Lemon Tree Shockwave. Actually, it's funny. Last week, thanks, Event Progenitor. Last week, I talked about how Lemon Tree was showing off their Shockwave. And then I talked about how Lemon Tree was showing off apparently a masterpiece scaled version of the Decepticon ship that I think Galvatron used in the 86 movie. What I didn't realize until Event Progenitor pointed it out to me is that ship turns into Shockwave. It's so weird, but it's so cool at the same time. So the Lemon Tree ship that is masterpiece scaled turns into Shockwave, and I assume that when they say masterpiece scaled, that they mean the robot Shockwave is masterpiece scaled. I guess. But I did not know that until Event Progenitor threw it out. Big shout out to him for doing that. Did anyone send Sad Nexus set to Thu? I wonder. I don't know. I hope so. New Cyberverse designs do look good. Thoughts on all the problems people are having with MP Hound? It's an MP. They're not good. Stop buying them until Takara starts making good ones. They haven't made a good MP since MP22. Every single solitary one since then has had major QC issues that ruin the item. I mean, you have the knee of MP44 shattering. What? You have the muzzle of MP36 breaking off and the paint scratching like that. You have the pelvis and hips of Beast Wars Megatron that are breaking and causing problems. You have the spider legs just able to pop right off of Black Arachnia. And now the issues with Hound. I don't understand why people keep buying the Masterpiece line. Masterpiece, I've said it a million times. Masterpiece means perfect. It's a synonym for perfect. These aren't perfect. They're kind of trash, actually. Fooling their money is soon pardoned. There you go. That's what I think of that. Stop buying them. Until they make the quality that they used to make, stop it. It's not you're throwing bad money or you're throwing good money after bad. Simple as that. Can't wait for Earthrise. It's going to be awesome. I don't know, GTA might. Again, the whole rumor of price hike here is killing it for me. I'm not that interested. We'll see. We'll see what happens. And just so we're clear, anybody who's watching this in the States is saying, hey, we don't pay that. The prices you're paying, we were paying 3 years ago. So we're your future, buddy. Pay attention. The Nezha Transformer is a better idea than the Kiss Players one. Anything's better than Kiss Players. Isn't freezing in Celsius, like straight zero, while it's 32 in Fahrenheit. Yes, MWG, you are correct. So we are going to be 33 degrees below freezing. Well, apparently it's 4 Fahrenheit if you do the actual conversion. So I was off by 6 integers. What do I know? Integers. Oh, you're so doing math, man. Some of Earthrise is okay. Others are horrible. That hoist is so hollow. It's not funny. Really, it's not. No, it's not. And I think that hoist is the single most hollow offering they've ever made. They should be ashamed of themselves for making it. I bet the KO will be glorious, though. What is it, Alicon? Alicon are the guards of the Quintessons. Like, the Sharkticons are more like enforcers. They're the ones that carry out the brutal sentences. They're the army. But, like, the almost, we'll call them, like, elite guards, the ones that stay close to the Quintessons to keep them protected, like their last line of defense, are the Alicons. Kiss Players Universe is very weird. Also bought 3 Sharkticons because of the Toy Hack sticker set. I could not decide what color I liked most. There were different colors, Event Progenitor. And which Sharkticon are you talking about? The Titans Return or the Cyberverse? I assume the Titans Return. Let's see. Just going down here pretty quickly again. Enjoy GTA. I appreciate you coming in and spending the time that you did. Just like Reveal the Shield Jazz, there's no topping Generations to Carol Legends RC. I agree with you, Crimson. Here's the thing. I wouldn't have necessarily agreed with you because I never had the RTS Jazz, and then I got the RTS Jazz for $1 Canadian. $1. And I got them. And yeah, you're right. You're right. There you go. That's all that needs to be said. An RC with decent hands would be nice. Mine has decent hands. Like, I got the close hand variant, and trust me, I put the guns and her swords in and out of these hands a billion times, and there's not even a stress mark. I would think that the open hands would be more delicate. I don't know. What do I know? What do I know, man? Just going up here. Yeah, the Megatron issues. I don't touch them. Anybody notice sometimes? I don't know how many of you do like live streams and stuff, but when you're going down through the chat and sometimes like it jumps down, it drives me nuts. Makes me lose my place, and then I have to go back. I'd get Alicons and 1 Airwave. Who knows with Smokescreen? Yeah, I kind of agree with you. If it was G2 Smokescreen a la Dreadwing, they'd call him Smoke Jumper because that was his name in the universe. They might. You could absolutely be right there. Firebite. So bad that they're good. Oh, like so terrible that they're glorious. I feel like there is, but offhand, probably RTS Perceptor. Like, that's such a bear to convert, and like it's vehicle mode. That half track thing is just trash, but like there's something charming about it. I've got other ones that are a lot of the Transformers Prime Beast Hunter stuff was like that. Like that Soundwave with the Ravage on the chest is pretty awful, but it's sort of glorious in its own right. Some stuff is just a beautiful mess. I don't know. Some stuff is a beautiful mess. That's an excellent question, Firebite. I'd like to hear. I'm going to throw it out to you guys. What are some of the beautiful messes that you guys? I'm going to have to look into that one a bit more, I think. Sea-Watch, Fix It, Micromasters to complete the team. Oh, yeah, absolutely, Crimson. I agree with you 100%. What due to the New Year's packages was that? Yeah, oh, yeah, absolutely, they will. Hey, Al, happy to see you here. What? How did you break? Al, how did you break the combiner port off? Whoa. That is sad times, Al. But as long as you can still use them as a Dinobot, I'm happy for you then. Yeah, the Megatron issues. What is going to be your next stop motion? The rest of season 2 of Universal Collision is probably going to be my next stop motion. So season 2, episode 6 will be the next one. Nobody should buy MP items until they see reviews. Nobody should buy MP items until the KOs come out where the issues are fixed. That's what I'm going to say. Earthrise equals lots of hollow figures. Yeah, which is funny because when Siege came out, everybody said, I understand the price thing. They're not hollow anymore. Until Impactor came. Even though he was my number 1, I think he's glorious. I don't care about hollow. But right away, we're going back to hollow with Earthrise. How long do you think it's going to be before we lose the hinge and swivel and go back to ball joints? Bet you that's coming pretty soon, guys. Just saying. Oh, do you? You have done. You have this one. I like this one. I still like this one. I think it holds up. A lot of people don't. I get that. Place it if you like. It's a matter of preference. Nice to have the options. It works for me. Not going to work for everyone. I never bought MPs. They were cool, but they didn't grab my wallet. Not only did they not grab my wallet's attention, but growing up, I never saw MPs on the shelf. I want what I would see on the shelf. And that's Chug. That's what I would have seen like on the shelf. And that's what I think that's why I'm drawn to it. Yeah, Cup tries to use the universal grading on the Alicons too. Absolutely. That doesn't work out well. Siege didn't do any combiners well. I guess Sky, Tread, and Cog are well, they didn't do combiners, Al, because they just done a whole line a couple of years ago called Combiner Wars. And then they revisited that same line in 2018 with Power of the Primes. They've just done all the combiners. I don't see them revisiting combiners anytime soon. Like since within the last 7 years, they've already done 2 Bruticus, the FOC, and the Combiner Wars, not to mention all the repaints of it. I don't see them going back to it anytime soon, really. Let's see. The reason why I'm buying the Earthrise figures just because there's a lot of them that I personally don't have. Now, GTA just said it here. Here's the thing. I've been collecting for a long time, as a lot of people have. But then you have somebody like GTA who's like, look, I'm getting these characters like from Earthrise because I don't have them. If you're fairly new, like you've only gotten into collecting maybe in Siege or maybe in the last 2 or 3 years, I could see why you would want combiners. I could see why you would want some of the ones coming out in Earthrise. Here's my advice to people like that, because some people will say, do I go back and try and find the older offerings or wait for new ones? When it comes to things like combiners or headmasters, so we're talking Combiner Wars and Titans Return, I would not wait for updates. I would go back. I would get the like Titans Return and the Combiner Wars releases because they're probably for the most part anyway more affordable. And if they're not more affordable, get the KO. CBB does a great job. They have an entire ask Ty. And I say Ty because he has the KB or the CBB, which is cool, become brave. The CBB Bruticus, and he says it's great. They have a Bruticus. They have a Defensor. They have a Superion. Get those. Get those. Same with the Headmasters. I don't think either of those gimmicks are going to be revisited soon. Not within the next, I would predict at least 5 years. That would be my guess. Take that for, take that for what you think, right? If I get time to check it out, I will check it out, Blizzard. I don't get much time, but I'll do my best. Combiner Wars Brawl, at least in my experience with him, is a hilarious mess. Yeah, Combiner Wars Brawl, why not? He is a beautiful mess. Although the later uses of that were great. Like I just used a couple with my custom Lio Kaiser, and both Drillhorn and Kill Bison are great. I don't know what you guys thought of my Lio Kaiser. I was so happy with how he turned out. So happy. There's a billion ways to do him. So happy with how he turned out. I'm very interested to see what Master Fire comes up with. Hey, for your next stop motion, the Dinobots versus Lio Kaiser. That's not going to be the next one, Al. It might come up in season 3 of Universal Collision, but that will be a ways away yet. Stay tuned though, because there's going to be a lot more combined. Spoiler: there's going to be a lot more combiners in season 3. But we got to finish season 2 first. KO is rising to prominence. Absolutely, it is. And we're going to talk about that in just a minute. Combiner Brawl. Yeah, I agree. Designer's name. He did Gen Metroplex and others like MP. Well, then that designer, event progenitor, needs to get his act together. Not even the designer. I take that back. The people that choose the materials need to get their act together because they're choosing cheap garbage materials, and that's why the stuff is breaking. Bayverse Mixmaster is G1 Colors 2-pack with hoist is horrible. Haha, yes, he is horrible. I have a KO of Combiner Wars Brawl. He's just as loose. I love him anyway. He's probably just as loose because they probably just KO'd the exact mold. So if there was issues with the original, there's probably issues there. That being said, they probably should have fixed that little rage. Slex wants $300 for the C-Con set. That's why I didn't. Devlin just said Slex wants $300 for the C-Con set. It's no go for me. That's why I didn't get it. 300. That's cute. If only it was 300. Just to get the Voyager centerpiece, the Voyager body here, because it's Takara, is $80 plus tax. Just for the torso. No. And even Takara has said that, hey, you know that 6th one that's used as the like accessory, the weapon or whatever, the arms can't hold it up, so it'll be straight down. What? That's trash. No thanks. I'll wait for the KO of that too. Thanks. Can I get a stream link so I can join in? I don't know what that means, Master Far. I have no idea what that means. If I could, I would, but I don't know what that means, so I can't. I don't use like StreamYard or something. I like, this is on YouTube. There's no link. He's a devious Earthrise cash grab idea. Undersized CW Devastator and charge Voyager price for long haul and deluxe for the others. Who's a devious Earthrise cash grab? Crimson? CBB Bruticus. I'm considering the downsized Devastator. Another good one. I'm getting a CBB. See, Masterfire is getting that Bruticus. Do you have a link to stream? I don't use StreamYard. I don't even know what that is. You used to have the G2 CW Combaticons, Al. Why'd you get rid of them? What do you mean you used to have them? Where are they gone? And thanks, Sam. Sam just said that they thought Lio Kaiser turned out good and Death Source was really interesting. I appreciate that. Going down here. Yeah, the Leo Zach was dope. Thank you. What do you think about the Siege Hound new mold? I wouldn't call it new. Siege Hound is a good year old. I done a review on him about this time last year. It's not for me. I'm keeping my Classics Hound, but I do have that mold for Hot Shot. It's fine mold. I do worry about the longevity of it, though. As I said in the review, you can go back and check that out. It's up on the channel. Both of them, Hot Shot and Hound, are up on the channel. I can't tell you exactly what numbers they are, but search Gotbot Hound, Gotbot Hot Shot, I guess, and you'll probably find them. They're good, but again, like I said, I worry about the longevity a bit. Earthrise Scorponok is a headmaster. Yeah, but he has to be a headmaster, Chris, because he's supposed to be a headmaster. Let's see. I got Overlord. What? How did you lose the tank, Al? Pre-Siege, most classics were modernizations or reimaginings of old designs. Most Siege Earthrise updates are enhancements of the original designs. I agree with MWG. Absolutely. 100% actually. Don't know if Scorponok is going to be a part of the Earthrise line yet. Yes, he is. It's already been announced. He's the Titan for Earthrise. No, Scorponok is the Titan for Earthrise event progenitor. That was confirmed. He's Soldier Bruticus. Oh, no, that was Dragonfly Soldier Bruticus. Let's see. I don't think, why are you saying, like, Crimson, you're saying that was a devious idea. Hasbro Takara could do an undersized Devastator. What undersized Devastator are they doing? I don't understand what you're talking about. Do I like the Cyber? I don't really like Unicron Trilogy, period. But if you do, Al, then I think that the Cybertron Prime is good. Again, I reviewed it. People are asking me about stuff I've already reviewed. Go watch the review. You'll see what I thought there. He's fine if you're in for the Cybertron line. That's what I would say about that. Let's see. Your overlord is pantsless and legless. Yeah, that's right. Oh, he is confirmed to be in the line. I know a Titan was en route, but not set to the line. Oh, yeah. I predict that we're going to see more of Scorponok probably coming out in February, March. We'll probably get like an official showing at SDCC of the whole thing, and then he'll probably come out in the fall, late summer, fall, much like Omega Supreme did. That's my estimation. Yeah, a lot of people confuse me. I'm an old man. What do you want? They're not doing an undersized Devastator yet. Just thought of that. They're not going to do an undersized Devastator. CBB has already done that. They beat him to the punch, and done it just as well. That being said, CBB probably should have used the Takara version of Scrapper with the elbows. Just saying. So the Unite Warriors Bruticus got the exclusive blast off last year, so I could add to my Hasbro one. Fair enough. I really kind of modernized characters, alt modes, but also I'm not very fond of everyone being big, flashy sports cars. Just kind of takes away. Yeah, I've thought that too, like from the movies. Sam, for example, like they look good, but like you're hardly in disguise, buddy. I like the Galaxy Prime. Snoke just said, yeah, it's fine if you're in. I don't like Unicron Trilogy or the designs, really. It's not my jam, but if it's yours, if you like that fiction, you like those characters, then I think that it's nice that they're getting some nods. Like, I think it's nice, whether you are behind them or not, it's nice that we have an Armada Starscream. It's nice that we have a Cybertron Optimus Prime. It's nice that we have Cybertron Defense Hotshot, because I do think that all fans deserve a bit of love time to time, man. Favorite Titan altogether? Metroplex. Metroplex is my favorite Titan. Imperfect or not, I never ever get bored of Metroplex. Earthrise is not necessarily an improvement. If it gives them more articulation, I would call it an improvement, but to each their own. I want Scorponok, but my girlfriend doesn't. Who wants to be a rusting AMC baser? I wonder what the Commander one will be next year. Magnus? Well, we got a leader, Magnus. I don't know if it would make sense. I would assume Skylinks. I would assume the next Commander is going to be Skylinks. I like that Gotbot responds to the comments compared to other live. It makes this go long, and thankfully we're pretty much done here, except for my last question, which will only take a minute or two. Who did the undersized Combiner Wars Devastator? CBB done the undersized Combiner Wars Devastator. Look, and that brings us right to our last thing. The rising relevance of KO. I've talked tonight about the prices, and the prices are garbage and becoming more garbage. Look at this. Starscream Wife got me this for Christmas. This is, and somebody talked about it earlier, might have been Al talked about it. This is the Black Mamba Power of the Primes Dinobots. We have 4 limbs that are now Voyagers. We have a torso that I would not quite call leader. It's definitely, I would call it the hefty Voyager. I would call it the big Voyager. It's not quite leader. The Grimlock, I mean. This is infinitely, I'm sorry. This is the Combiner Wars one. My mistake. This is the one Starscream Wife gave me. This is infinitely better than this, and I love this. I gave these Dinobots a glowing review. 4 deluxe limbs and a Voyager torso. I thought these were great. I think Volcanicus is kind of trash, but I do believe that each of the Dinobots are great. This is infinitely better. Why? Because we do have the 4 limbs as Voyagers. We do have the hefty Voyager that is the torso, and the Volcanicus here is very solid joints, Everything moves splendidly on mine. I have heard of some people having some issues. One thing that I've noticed, and I will be reviewing all of these more in depth, but one thing I've noticed, and I think it makes a difference, is a couple of things I've noticed. One, this does have some die cast, especially in the feet. It helps the stability for standing. But more importantly, there are places in this, especially Snarl's tail is a good example, where the pieces are held in with pins, big pins or rivets. Here, we have those same pins or rivets that also have screws in them. And if a piece is too tight, just loosen the screw ever so slightly. You can't do that here. If it's too tight, it's too tight. If it's too loose, it's too loose. You can do it here. This is better made. This is significantly cheaper. This entire thing, and you can see how much bigger it is, this entire thing is the equivalent cost of 2 Grimlocks from Power of the Primes. This whole thing was 2 Grimlocks. Now, if KO companies are able to give you Combiner Wars, Power of the Primes, or Titan's Return, or whatever, upsized, downsized, medium-sized, and give it to you with better materials, with better choices made for how to hold those materials together, and for cheaper, why wouldn't you do it? Now, I know what you're going to say. You're going to get on the soapbox and you're going to say, hey, but they're stealing intellectual property. They're not coming up with the designs. They don't have to pay for the development of molds and blah, blah, blah. I agree with you, which is why there's somewhere that is a happy balance between the cost of a KO and the money-grubbing greed that is Hasbro and Takara. There's a happy medium between the two, and the smart business person would find the happy medium. Who are the smart business people right now? More and more, that's becoming third party. And more third party are coming up with their own designs for a more competitive price. What will grow in the future? Will it be third party or will it be KO? I think it's going to be KO in a lot of cases, because here's the thing. A lot of people said, we didn't get things like combiners. We don't need them, man. All you need is the KO companies to keep pumping out at their nice, good quality. Here's the thing, good quality and cheaper cost alternatives. You can get, and you most likely want, to have Combiner War Superion. For argument's sake, I do. I have Combiner War Superion. And there was a time that I would have always said, you have to go, you know, kind of with that first company, first party products. I don't want to say an apologist, but I was kind of a loyalist until the company was no longer loyal to me as a fan and a consumer. Then I'm not loyal to them. Simple as that. The KO companies now have become better. They've stepped up their game. Now there's some trash like Montoy, like Sad Nexus Prime's trash. And in this case, it's not like I just chose to have the KO over the Power of the Primes. I have the Power of the Primes. I have the official product. It's just now I also have the KO, and the KO is significantly better, even though the official product is fantastic as well. If I wanted to get, for example, let's say I done something and lost the head of, I don't know, Titan's Return Hardhead. I'm not going to go hunting down and overpaying for another Titan's Return Hardhead. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to find the KO of Hardhead, and I'm going to replace it with that. And I'll just cover up whatever rinky-dink little symbols on them. I'll cover it up with a sticker for an Autobot symbol, you know, like stickers, Autobot symbols. These ones are from Takara. So there you go. If you want to cut down on KO, you're going to have to make yourself more competitive so that people aren't attracted to it. Simple as that, man. It's all about supply and demand. Okay, going back here and seeing what you guys got to say, because I know that was a lot there. But there you go. That's it. Let's see. It is a big beastly combiner and Crimson. And you know what? I hated Volcanicus. I love this Volcanicus. He's so super solid. Fantastic. See, Al, It is a little bit oversized seed. Yeah, is a little bit oversized. It's taking the deluxe limbs and making them Voyager, and taking the Voyager Grimlock and not quite making it leader, but certainly making it a bigger, heftier Voyager. How much clear plastic is on the Black Mamba one? None. 0. It is a little bit oversized. The official one stands at about a foot. The KO stands at about 14.5 inches. Wish I have upgrade for it oversized. Too much. Predaking. You know what? Match, I mean. He might be able to match. He'd still be a little bit too short for Predaking, but I guess it depends on the Predaking you have. I do it in a heartbeat. Absolutely. Hasbro makes shite. KO companies make better shite. That's absolutely true. I agree with you 100%. You can hail Hasbro all you want, but I don't understand why anybody's loyal to a company. I don't get, like, I don't understand why anybody has ever, like, it'd be like saying, I only buy Chevys. Unless Chevy's giving you the best deal, why are you only buying Chevy? That makes no sense. I only buy, I don't know, Uncle Ben's rice. If Uncle Ben's isn't giving you the best rice, why are you buying Uncle Ben's? You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand this brand loyalty thing. Why would they make Grandus as a US exclusive? It's a Japan-based figure. I agree. If anything, it would be a Takara exclusive. That's exactly what I do with characters that I miss. I get the KO. There you go. Like the Road of Rage you're waiting on. I think you're going to see that happen more and more as people refuse to pay the greedy prices that they're being asked to pay. Like, here's the thing, and that keeps sticking in my head. If they are making such tight little margins that they need to increase costs so much annually, not even like incrementally, but big, obvious greed costs, then how are you able to dish out $3.8 billion for Entertainment One? That makes no sense. The two make no sense. They cannot be reconciled. Sorry. If there is too large of a price grab between product and its market cost, KOs will be made regardless and sold because there's too much profit to be made. I agree with Event Progenitor. It's like official, but I like official, but I dislike price gouging even less. Hasbro is not going to change until a new CEO or two steps in and brings back the balance. I totally agree. And I said months ago, Goldner needs to go. He has outlived his usefulness. So has Warden. And people will still say what those two say. I don't care what those two say. They're just trying to pad the price of their retirement savings, as anybody would. Survival of the fittest, my friends. Repairing the Titan G2 Devi Metro Titan would be like, oh, repainting. You could do that. You could do that, repaint Dinosaur Planet. Will you watch the Netflix? Absolutely. Can't wait to watch that. Anyway, guys, there you go. That's it. We've gone long here, but it wasn't because I had a lot to cover. It was because I was talking to you guys. I'm going to get out of here. My wife has been patient. You know, as well as I know, how wonderful she is letting us kind of geek out here on Thursday nights. What can I say? Thanks for dropping by. Give me some of your extremely valuable time. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you know there's a donate link down in the description. As always, please hit that subscribe button. Spread the word, man. And know that somehow, some way, each and every day you do make a difference. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit right here, either inside the live streams, at the stop motion premieres, or the old-fashioned way, guys, inside the videos.